Bet you never thought I'd come back here again. Shawnee State Forest backpacking loop. It is 10:31 on the nose. I'm gonna just go ahead and get walking here. I'm going to attempt the entire 40-mile loop. Whoa, wow, that is slippery. Holy crap. About fell first step on the trail. This is a very poorly graded 40-mile backpacking trail in Southwest Ohio. I've been here twice so far. I kind of need redemption from those trips. The first trip we kind of bailed on it. It was me and my wife. She was not feeling good on that trip, and the second time I was going to try to do the whole thing. I actually started the other way, doing a counterclockwise loop, and had to bail because I just got infested with ticks. Well, I realized I forgot to lock my truck, so dropped the pack and ran back. It wasn't very far. You know, that's a good sign. This trip's just already starting out great. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow. I knew that I'd get the solitude out here that I wanted, and sorry, I'm out of breath. Yeah, with everything going around in the world, social distancing, no other cars at the trailhead. Almost positive I'm not gonna run into a soul out here. Well, my body is not 100% for this hike. I really wish I could have came out here and did this when I was really feeling confident. But I got some knee pain right now. The other day I tried doing a 3-mile run and I couldn't do it. Couldn't run at all, so. But other than my knee, I'm in like the best shape of my life, so feeling super confident. As long as that knee pain doesn't get any worse, this is gonna be fine out here. We're on a semi-flat section here. I kind of caught my breath, so I can now tell you what my plan is for this trip. So clockwise loop, I'm looking to do it as an overnighter. I know it sounds crazy and it sounds really stupid considering how my knee feels right now, but I'm still going for it. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm just planning on hiking all day long, hoping that I can beat the rain. I'm trying to get to campsite 4. So that's gonna be like a 23 miler, which at Shawnee, 23 miles that's a lot. And I think as long as I can get to campsite 4 tonight, I don't think there's any way that I won't make it out tomorrow. However, I am prepared to stay another night. So this video, it's gonna be a little bit different than other videos I make. I like to set up the camera, do a couple walk-bys, get some nature shots, which I'll try to get some nature shots here and there. Doing all these miles, I don't plan on stopping to film anything. It's pretty much just like what you're seeing now, just on the go vlogging, kind of like the thru hikers do. So I did a little bit of math in my head, and I think campsite 4 will take me about 8 hours of hiking, which considering that I started at 10:30, I should be there about 6:30, I think. The rain is actually due to hit at 8 o'clock. I picked this weekend because it was gonna rain all day today, all day tomorrow. And apparently everybody still thought that because I'm the only one out here. But it looks like it's gonna give me a break today. It's definitely gonna rain tonight, 90% chance. But like I said, it's coming at 8 o'clock. I'd like to be at camp set up by then. We'll see if I make it past 3. I'm definitely pushing on to 4. And whether it's raining or dark or not, I'm getting to 4 tonight, unless something happens. Okay, so I am 4.5 miles in at the moment, cruising at a nice steady 3-mile-an-hour pace, which isn't really hard for me to get as long as I, don't piss around and set up shots and stuff. Walking up on this ridge, there's actually quite a bit of ridge walking in this northern section here. I mean, honestly, you go up, then you go back down, and you repeat that 100 times, but this one section here is actually flat. Also, I'm sorry the camera's super shaky today. I know most of my footage has always been shaky, but my last video I actually got a new lens that takes a lot of the shake out. And since it was gonna rain this entire time, I didn't want to bring a $300 lens out and ruin it right after I got it. Looks like we're at campsite 1 here. That's not good. Well, evidently there's no handle, so there's no water. That sucks. I did bring a water filter because the pump water usually tastes like crap anyway. So here's this campsite. This must be campsite 1. It doesn't Doesn't have a number, but it's got the water jet, so this isn't the actual campsite. I'm sure there's another one up here. Oh, this is a horse campsite. But anyway, do have a water filter. Unfortunately, it's my Sawyer Mini. I had to pull that out of retirement because I think I froze my my big Sawyer. And Walmart doesn't have any water filters because everybody's prepping for the end of the world. Unlike me, who is actually going to use it this weekend. So I've reached campsite 1. The trail actually hooks up, goes up that way, but campsite 1's back there. Just dropped the pack and ran back there because I just wanted to see it in case I ever want to go camp there in the future. The water pump that I saw earlier, that was like a half-mile back there, but on the plus side, the little stream that runs right beside that one, so you don't even need that water. Well, I've been waiting to see when I get to this spot. I've seen it in videos in the past. Really windy. I just crested up over this ridge here, and there's definitely a lot of wind up here. But from the trailhead, I'm 9.4 miles in to this point. I thought it might have been a campsite. It's not. It's got a little picnic bench here. Pretty cool view. There's not a lot of big open vistas like this in Ohio. I'd like to sit up here and enjoy it more, but I'm actually starting to lose time a little bit, so I'm just going to keep moving. I'm just under 3 miles an hour now. I'd like to pick it up though. It's been kind of flat for a little ways. I keep checking the map and I'm just not really making the progress that I was hoping for. My goal was just kind of get the most mileage done today, even though I got here later. I like doing more mileage day one, not the day out, the last day on the trail. I like to keep those short. I'm slowly getting the realization that this is a little more serious than I'm making it out to be. Just because my legs bum. I mean, dude, it sucks. I'm having fun out here. This is way better conditions than last time I was here. It's 50 degrees cooler. There's no bugs and everything. Everything is in my favor except for my knee. It's gonna be difficult doing all these hills with this, and I just have a feeling like I'm gonna be either crying or hysterically laughing by the end of this, because I can guarantee you I'm not gonna be feeling good. I know that. Just popped out on this little road here, going over this little bridge just past campsite 2. So a big part of the reason I want to get to campsite 4, other than setting up for a good less mileage hike tomorrow, is that's a site I stayed at in 2015 with my wife, and we had kind of a weird encounter that night. I know I mentioned it before, but I heard what only can be described as wolf howling, like really close to us. So I grew up in the country. I've heard coyotes. These were not coyotes. This was either a pack of huskies or some maybe wolf coyote hybrids or something, but this was a wolf howl, and it was crazy. I thought it was pretty sweet, actually. I've heard multiple stories of people saying weird stuff happens at campsite 4. Like, it's just a creepy campsite. So I'm going there again. I want to recreate it. I want to see if I hear some ghost wolf dogs tonight or something. I see this little sign on this bridge I passed, and I look to the left. It's kind of in the woods here. I walked right by it. Probably was talking to the camera. That sucks. That dropped me back about 10 minutes or so. Made a quick pit stop here just to put some electrolytes in my last remaining water bottle and to get my lunch out, which is actually just going to be like a quarter of a loaf of bread. I still was debating on taking a sit-down lunch because I was making pretty good time. I actually gained all the progress I had lost earlier on, but I blew that out the water when I walked for 15 minutes down that road. So let the watch charge up a little bit there, and I'm just gonna eat this loaf of bread down the trail and have my lunch on the go today. That and this should get me, that should get me about the next 9 miles or so. Passing by the Boy Scout camp there. Almost done with the North Loop. All right, this is it. This is the point of no return. There's other trails you can take to cut off the North Loop if you're, only wanting to do that section, or this road, I believe, is a 3 mile back to the registration. That's it. That's No turning back now. I'm officially on the South Loop. I'm over 16 miles in at this point. I'm actually feeling pretty good. Oh, yes. We got water. I'm still gonna filter it anyway though. 7 hours and 8 minutes, 20.68 miles. So there's the privy up there. Wonder if it's got any toilet paper. Long day hiking right there. I really don't even feel that bad. I still got a lot left in me. Tomorrow, pretty much gonna get up and do the exact same thing, except I'll get a much better jump. I'll probably start hiking no later than 8 or 9, I could see. But I usually wake up early in the woods, so we'll see. Oh, there's camp for the night. I'm planning on it just dumping all night tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making my bed and stuff up in here right now. So I have everything ready. So if it starts raining, I don't have to rush and put all my stuff away. Yeah, I should probably go get water too before it rains, so I don't have to go back over there. Tell you what though, this water is so tempting because it's right here, and I'm gonna filter it anyways. And honestly, this probably tastes better than that. Those wells get stinky, man. I don't know if they clean those out or what. Uh-oh. It's coming. A Thermarest NeoAir sleeping pad and hammock gear 20-degree bag. Never fails. It's fully prepared to hike all day and get wet. That's why my pack my pack was actually like super light. I brought like nothing, but I did bring extra stuff for rain, like a heavier raincoat. Actually fashioned up some rain pants. I'll show them to you here. So I think there's a huge market for rain shorts, and it's one of those things that you never see. Everybody's onto the Dyneema kilt thing, but I'm not hiking in a skirt, I'm sorry. So these are frog togs. You can see they were just a big rain pant, and I mean they were huge. Like the legs on them were just gigantic, so big that I would never hike in them. But I've been wanting to just trim them down for a while now and make shorts out of them. So I did. I'm gonna probably hem the bottoms of them. They're not hemmed right now. Yeah, excited to try those out though. There. Not too bad, right? Better than a skirt, huh? So the bottles I have, just two 23 ounces and a 23.5 ounce. I just didn't feel like carrying 2 liters of water the whole time. I knew there was going to be a ton of water crossings, and you know, it's rained for days, so it's just everything's soaked out here. The water's just super plentiful. Alright, you guys ready for this? Check out the new pot stand setup. Oh, forgot. Ta-da! This was actually sent to me by a subscriber. Oop, getting focused. There we go. Yeah, sent to me by a subscriber, Barb. Really appreciate it. That's one of those things that I really just never put time into thinking about, and now I got that problem solved. I'll probably use this thing for like ever. Oh, and my suspicions were right about the water. It tastes like shit. I'll have to test it later. I don't know if it's just coming out of the pump or if it's my bag that's making it really taste kind of funky. I store these bags with the lids off so they always dry out and everything, and it didn't have an odor or anything when I took it out of my gear room, but it definitely tastes goofy. Tonight for dinner, chicken teriyaki, and I know, I eat chicken and rice and chicken teriyaki on every trip. I think I'm gonna make some coffee too tonight. I was gonna save it for the morning, but I just want a hot beverage right now. So at this point, I'm like 100% confident I will not have to stay another night. I'll be out tomorrow. You know, even if I'm limping and I'm just having a horrible time, there's no way I'm staying at campsite 6. It's just too close, and then campsite 7, it's too close to the trailhead. So that being said, figure out all the food I need for tomorrow, and then eat everything else tonight. So super light pack weight. I think my pack was 17 pounds before my two 23-ounce bottles. So whatever that is, maybe like a 19-pound pack today, including like 4 pounds of camera gear. So food, water, camera gear, it's not bad. But definitely gonna make it out tomorrow. Is that boiling already? Whoa! Wow, that efficiency. That is crazy. How much a heat shield helps. I can get another cup boiling here for my coffee. Just enough fuel. Fuel just went out. I'm a pro. Nice, Bryce. Awesome. If I had $1 for every time I did that. I gotta say, I'm having a blast out here today. This has been a great backpacking experience so far. Mending my relationship with Shawnee State Forest. Not too bad. I think as long as tomorrow goes half decent, it's gonna be a successful, good, memorable trip. Social distancing at its finest, right here. And I don't see any harm in like a little solo overnighter like this. Like I even went out of my way and did this on 2 really crappy days. Today wasn't too bad, but it was supposed to be. But I did that so that nobody would be out here. I won't be having that big post-hike meal after this. Probably just gonna go straight home. My life really hasn't changed much at all. I see a lot of people really struggling with everything being closed, and I literally have changed nothing about my life. Like I don't feel any different. I mean, we'll go out to eat every now and then, but going a couple weeks without it is nothing abnormal for us. And I think part of the reason why I came out to do this one rather than just another little solo somewhere else is something that has impacted my life is all my races have been canceled. So I think maybe that's why I kind of felt the need to do something like endurance related. And I got to get my fix. Yeah. Oh gosh. Out a lot of money right now for that. So good. Man, there's something about a hot meal after a long day of hiking. Sometimes mountain houses just aren't great if I only do like 5 or 6 miles. But when I pull a 20-miler, man, that crap never tastes better. Well, about 21 miles in the books, which means probably about 19 tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Feeling pretty good, except I just noticed I'm chafed in a very unpleasurable area, and I didn't notice till I just got out and started walking around. So hopefully that does some like miraculous healing overnight. All right, end of day 1. See you tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Did not want to get out of bed this morning. It was so comfortable. I slept really, really warm. Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock right now. The oatmeal's hydrating, just trying to pack up while I'm waiting on that. Not gonna get on the trail too early today, but on the plus side, it's not raining again, and that's awesome. Feeling pretty good today. Still feeling optimistic. A little bit more sore than I normally am on day 2. A lot of times I'll stroll into camp and I'll just be hurting so bad, and then the next day I feel completely rejuvenated, and I never know how that happens, but I'm not really feeling that way today. All right, That was the one water crossing I was worried about coming into this, and it wasn't too bad at all. I backtracked and found a better spot to cross. Man, the trails are super muddy out here. Kept dry feet all day yesterday, but I better just get that thought out of my head right now, because I'm definitely going to get wet today. It's really pretty this morning. A little haze in the sky, but we're heading back into the woods. Now, I complain about Shawnee a lot. This is kind of my Achilles heel of hiking here. In all reality, I really love this area. I love that Ohio actually has like a 40-mile backpacking loop. The area is really beautiful, secluded. It's not like Zaleski and Wildcat Hollow, these other Ohio trails where you're going to run into 10, 20 other people on the trail. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever passed a person hiking on this trail. In 2016, I remember seeing a couple people at campsite 7, but actual hiking, I've never passed anybody, and this is my 3rd time here. You know, don't carry a lot of weight. Dude, if you don't bring trekking poles, you're crazy. I've been depending on these things. If they broke right now, then I definitely would be crying by the end. But as long as you plan accordingly to this trail, you know, just expect it to be like pretty intense. It's a good place to go, really. My water tastes really bad, and I don't necessarily think it was that Sawyer bag. I think it's my filter. I really hope it's not like moldy. South Loop's definitely more diverse than the North Loop. There's not really a whole lot to see up there, and all the trails are like pretty wide ATV style trails. This is just prettier down this way. Trail comes back in over there. Well, time to say goodbye to dry feet. Get it! Oh, that's cold. Feels good on the bones. That'll wake you up in the morning. So the last about 1.5 to 2 mile section between camps 4 and 5, it just goes through kind of like this piney area. Real low, so it was kind of muddy and swampy, but it was completely flat, and that was a treat. Let me tell you what. So I'm at the entrance to campsite 5, dropping the pack here. I was gonna dump out one of my water bottles and just fill it up straight from the pump, because I don't know, that filter, it might be kind of moldy and whatever, but I just want to go back here. It's actually, it says it's like almost a 1/4 mile walk. You know, just basically scouting. Ow, that was a thorn. Scouting for potential future trips. Revisit the spot where I had the worst sleep of my life. My shoes are foaming at the mouth. They have rabies. Well, that was a big waste of energy. I started running that way down to that camp, and when I got close, I heard some voices, so I didn't want to barge in on anybody's camp, so I just turned around and came back. I don't know what is going on with my shoes right now. Like, this is crazy. Is there soap in my socks? I've never seen anything like that before. I will say, when I was in my clothing bag, I remember getting like a really strong smell of like soap or dryer sheets or something. I don't know, maybe these just didn't get the soap out of them or something. Which I don't know why, it doesn't really make sense. So my watch says I'm about 30 miles in, which is a little over. I think I clocked about 1.5 miles walking around camp last night because I forgot to turn my watch off. I should be approaching campsite 6 here relatively soon. But yeah, still feeling good. The sun, as you can see, finally came out, and I took the tights and the base layer off, so it's already way warmer than it was yesterday. Well, I think it's safe to say I'm not going to get rained on today. The skies are blue, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here today. I'm just having a ball out here right now. I'm actually having fun at Shawnee State Forest. Who would have thought that that's possible? I'm already kind of thinking about maybe trying another challenge hike out here. Not necessarily a hike, but a run. If my knee would have been 100% before I started this, I was debating just running the whole thing in a day. I think it's doable. It'd be hard. I know I'd be running into the night, depending, you know, how early I start. I don't know. I've been thinking about that this whole time I've been out here. It's definitely something to consider in the future. Alright, so campsite 6 is over there, apparently, across the river. Alright, so we got 5 miles to camp 7, and that'll put me at 36 and a quarter on my watch, and 4.5 miles from camp 7 to the trailhead. So that's 9.5 miles total. Not bad, totally doable. From camp 6 to here, about 1.5 miles of nice, easy hiking. A lot of stream crossings, but not too difficult. Then you get to this spot. This is one of the big climbs I remember. Probably can't tell how straight up and down that is, but this is by far the steepest climb I've encountered on this trail so far. And I've done it all. I'm pretty sure this is the steepest one. It's so daunting to look at. All right. Ooh, here comes that sun. Sun, warm me up. Let's do it. One push. Wow, this is ridiculous. If there's one trail they need to, or one part they need to switch back, is this. This spot needs some work. My calves are on fire now. My right calf actually just started burning down there in the flat section, go figure. I think I'll take yesterday's temps though over today. It's getting a little toasty. I'd like to say it's definitely in the mid 50s, maybe 60. There it is. Campsite 7. I don't advise going down there unless you really need to. The water is way down that hill. Actually, the campsite is too, but the water is way down there and to the left. There's so much water on this trail, you really do not need to go down there and get water. I probably have crossed water at least 10 times since campsite 6. 4.4 miles to registration. Oh, and if you were wondering, I did try to call the wolves in from my tent last night. They did not respond. Of course, I figured that. Good campsite though. I like campsite 4. Apparently they're logging this area, and this area is closed. That's a little bit scary. 3.5 miles to go, and I might run out of trail. Hopefully they left the path, or at least left a couple trees up with some blazes. There's a trail reroute. Would have been nice to let the people going clockwise know that. Heading back on. Oh, we got a marker here. Okay, it says 3.5. A little bit off from what I have, but 3.5 miles. Whoop whoop. Woo! Get it! All right, less than a mile to go, and I am ready to be done. Everything feels pretty okay, but man, I'm chafing bad. Like, it is very, very painful, and it just started this mile, so this end of this trail couldn't come any sooner. If I had 5 or 6 more miles to do right now, I would really, really be hurting. You know, I thought about bringing Body Glide on this, and I just opted not to. Just like I thought about bringing like a sleeve to put over my knee, like a compression sleeve, and I just opted not to. I don't know. I don't bring a lot of stuff to help ailments, I guess. Like, I don't ever bring or take aspirin. I don't treat blisters with moleskin or anything. I just don't bring a lot of stuff to deal with pain. This hurts. I kept running for like, I don't know, 50 to 100 meters at a time down hills. And I think that kind of burned a hole in my skin. You know what though? This is perfect. Like, I'm the kind of person that I'm not satisfied unless I'm in like a little bit of pain, I feel like. So just embrace it. This is already 1,000 times better than I thought I would feel after doing this all in 2 days. I figured it'd be my legs, but my legs really feel fine. Even the calf pain I had earlier kind of went away. My knee pain, dude, I don't know. It's just like, it's still there a little bit. Every now and then I'll jar it, but it feels so much better than it did yesterday. So I think I found the secret to fixing knee pain. You know, just come out 40 miles on the Shawnee Trail and your legs will feel as good as new. Oh yeah, there it is. The end of the road. The truck's parked way up over there, so I still got a bit of a walk. But that's it. That's it for trail miles today. I'm so happy to be done with this trail. Years in the making. That wasn't bad. I actually had a good time out here. I think I've restored my friendship with Shawnee State Forest. You gotta make good. You gotta put your past behind you and focus on your future relationships with trails. And this was great. This was really fun. I'm in just enough pain that I feel good about it. So I got a little over 41 miles on my watch, which is about right. I did a little extra. 7 hours hiking yesterday, and right on the money, 7 hours hiking today. So 14 hours of hiking, pretty much non-stop. I didn't stop for lunch either day. But man, what a gorgeous day today. Something was in my favor for this weekend. Actually, it's not even a weekend. It's a Wednesday. Feels like a weekend though. So Shawnee State Forest, I gotta say the North Loop up here, not a big fan. Not a big fan of it. I'll never come down here to just do the North Loop, I'll tell you that. I can see myself coming back to do the South Loop here. You can see my truck parked over there. That's it. That's all she wrote. That'll do it. 40-mile redemption hike, overnighter, Shawnee State Forest. I think we're just gonna wrap it up right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Also, I have a Patreon account now if you're willing to throw a buck or two my way. That is very appreciated. It helps me make videos like this. So that'll do it. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the next one. The results are in. Actually, I didn't look at the elevation yet. But do I think the North Loop has more elevation than the South? Yeah, it might. It might have more elevation. Like if you take 23 miles of that up against 23 miles of the South one, it probably does. But I will say that the South Loop's hills are steeper.